What's up, guys? Just unboxing the Spyderco paramilitary without the military number 3 because I couldn't resist, and it came with a steak knife, which will not be reviewed. But from DLT, got my favorite shaman, my keeper. If I could only have one, it'd be the shaman, but I couldn't resist picking up yet another Spyderco knife. This time, salt, MAGNACUT, pair of 3. Oh yeah, wow. Wow. Yeah, first impressions are very good. It's, whoa, that is sharp. Even the top is sharp. Oh my. It's not drop shut. Like so on the paramilitary 2. Like so you can just kind of just swings. Maybe because I lubed it, but you know it'll as they say, drop shut just with the holding compression lock. This one not so much. That's probably fine. So compared to Delica, pair of 3, pair of 2, shaman. Yeah, good set of blades, man. Good set of blades. Man, that MAGNACUT. I never thought this thing was gonna come. I waited like months. Yeah, no liners. That's interesting. In the scales, yeah, no liners. I guess it's supposed to be like waterproof or whatever, so I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Lightweight. Someone could tell me if the regular pair of 3 has any type of liner, but in this it's all plastic. Still feels pretty firm. Doesn't really flick. I'm not trying to cut my damn finger off. Look at that, it's not really, maybe it'll loosen up over time. That's okay. I'm all about safety, just rolling it. Although with paramilitary 2, I'm just boom, all day. Best fidgeter by far among these Spydercos, at least. That lock. So, anywho, just yeah, hopefully this pair of 3 is good. You know, very lightweight. Could take it like to the river or something. Not really worry about it getting wet. I mean, I don't really worry about this K390 Delica getting wet either. It still has held up pretty well. Nothing too crazy about it. Gunky. But yeah, so on the Delica, looks like, yeah, there are liners at least. Yeah, on both sides. Whoa, super cruddy on the inside though. Gonna blow that out. Yes, that's the compression. With the Delica, you can one hand close. It'll drop to like there. Boom. And then yeah, but it's firm. It's okay. I mean, I think with use, I think it'll drop. Hopefully. I mean, at worst, I can loosen the pivot. Oh yeah, came centered. That's nice. I remember it's like right when I got this PM2, it was like kind of off-centered. Maybe just like a little bit. And so I was like doing all this shit with the centering and like trying to, you know, tighten screws and pivot and whatnot. And ended up bending the tip. Like somehow, like I had like a piece of plastic or something just to kind of like move the blade over while it's tightening it, but you're like pushed into it. Like these blades, it's hard to see. Yeah, it's so thin at the tip that shit, like it'll bend. Like, yeah, I mean it's a strong knife and all that, and I was able to kind of like sand it back, but like it was obviously like bent at the tip. So that was kind of sucked the first day I got this, but yeah, PM2 has like the loosest type of action for fidgeting. That's why I thought, like, because the delica you can't really, you got to roll that out, and you can one hand it if you are willing to. Yeah, there's a little bit of play because I had to loosen it for the to be able to have it drop like that. So yeah, with the delica there's a little bit of play. I love it. The delica is great though. First spyderco I ever had. Second spyderco is the PM2. Blade was a little long for me, just like a little long and pointy. I don't know, it just seemed like kind of unwieldy. I mean, I like it. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it. Happy to have it. But I find myself carrying the shaman a lot. You know, just like the thickness of the shaman blade is, yeah, much thicker. Well, at least at the tip. Yeah, stronger tip. This feels yeah, nice in the hand. You know, it's a little more to hold on to. You can't do the, I mean, you can, it'll drop. I don't know, maybe I gotta like loosen or lube this actually. You can like get it to swing, but yeah, not as much as the PM2. I just need to lube it up. I mean, it's great though. Yeah, no, maybe just a little bit of play, like side to side on that. I mean, I don't know how you're really measuring it. I mean, do they all have blade play? I don't know. It's negligible if at all. But yeah, the shaman, this thing, solid knife, man. Like if I could pick one of these, it'd be the shaman. And then, yeah, this is the newest edition, the lightest. Yeah, I think it's lighter than the delica because it doesn't have those internal scales. I don't know. I was just always curious about the PM3. I like the smaller. I like the choil on this because yeah, the problem with delica is it doesn't have the finger choil. So it's like, you know, you got to hold it back here all the time. Whereas this one, you could. I trust this. Like a lot of knives, like, you know, a lot of knife makers, they don't have jimping on this choil, or it's just like goes directly in the blade, and people are trusting their finger like way up in it, man. And that's not me. Like even this is like just barely, and maybe enough to block. Cause I can't risk my fingers slipping onto the blade. Whereas like the shaman, you know, to make sure you're not getting up there with this up here, and even the PM2, it's like, you know, I feel like you got more distance between from the choil to the blade. But yeah, I mean, you could hold it fine like this. Wire clip, not really feeling impurity me too much. Yeah, I think I can hold it like this too. I think that's fine. Yeah, shaman's still the winner. This thing feels the best in my large hands. Yeah, happy to have this one. Not regretting it. MAGNACUT's interesting. I mean, these are all different steels. K390, CPM Crewwear, MAGNACUT, S30V. See, these are all, that's CPM, 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 K390. So, yeah, pretty solid collection. Hopefully I'll stop here. considering TRM, Neutron, and yeah, Benchmade 940, but the Benchmade, man, just feels so like toyish. I mean, even this is kind of like looking toyish, but the blade itself is legit. But like a Benchmade, particularly the 940, it's just such a thick blade. The videos, they show them like not even be able to cut paper, and the Omega spring thing is pretty whack. Yeah, there's no choil. Pretty smooth. Yeah, it's just, yeah, they hold. It's a nice knife, man. Very lightweight. It's weird. A little crusty. What's going on? That happened. Hose it down. But yeah, very lightweight. I mean, I guess I would actually like a little bigger choil here if I had to complain, but should be fine. I mean, compared to, it's actually just a little bit shorter from the choil than, or no, looks like it's about, yeah, same length as delica. It's hard to tell. I mean, delica's great. Like, I love all these knives for the most part. Probably goes shaman. I mean, delica just because I had it for so long, like the older ones, BG10. And yeah, loving the K390. Yeah, it's not dropping. I have to loosen it just a bit. Is there any? I mean, maybe it'll loosen up. We'll see. Yeah, it's a nice knife, man. I'm not regretting it. Maybe a little bit, but no, I do not. I mean, I'd always wonder, you know, like what if I had this one? I can see myself carrying it because, like, you know, this is like the outdoor adventure knife. Like if I'm cutting shit up, serious, you know, bushwhacking, bushcrafting. This is nice in the sweatpants, you know, because like in these, this is like probably at least about twice as heavy as this. So if anything, I'm having trouble finding a use for the PM2 now because, you know, usually if I'm like in some light, you know, shorts, light pants, wow, action on the Para 3 is so much better. Cause like, oh man, I gotta care for these more. I mean, it's just like hard. Oh my god, look at it, it's all off center to the side and it just pushed it over. It's weird, it must be loose enough. Look at that, it can just hang out right on the, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to this one. Delica. Yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, it opens for sure. It's just like, yeah, it requires some force. I'd rather have it require more force than left. Don't need these things opening when I don't want them to. And that's my biggest fear with like the axis lock stuff or flippers or whatever else. This thing opens in the pocket and like cut up my hands or legs or whatever. Just definitely not trying to experience that inadvertent cutting. Because like, yeah, some of these other knives will just like flick open. Like you don't even have to touch anything. It's just like that's what I love about Spyderco is like the hole really unlikely to open your pocket, and when they're closed, they stay closed. You know, it's like, you know, the loosest one is probably this PM2, but oh man, Yeah, I love that action. Maybe this will smooth out to be as good as that. Yeah, I mean, because, yeah, maybe just the larger blade on the PM2 is more drop shutty. Like if you're into fidgeting and you can trust you're not going to cut your fingers or anything, PM2 is still the way to go, I think. If you actually like need one knife to like work on the farm or, you know, be there as like a fucking sword, this one, the shaman, one knife would be the shaman, even though it's heavy. It's badass and it can do anything these other ones can do, probably more. But this, very light, very handy, opens easily. It's got a, yeah, nice choil here, even though I wish it was just a little bit bigger. I think it's still useful and I can still hold it that way. I'm like getting into something. I kind of feel the clip bit actually. All these other ones have the traditional spider clip. This is the deep carry wire. Okay, fine. But yeah, trying to fit my hand around that. I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't really know what you're after. I mean, probably most of the time I'll hold it like that. I mean, you could. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to really hold it like that. I mean, with the PM2, Shaman, like, depending, yeah, it just depends if you want to get up on it or not. Delica, yeah, it's good. Yeah, these are all great knives. I'm carrying these in my gym shorts, even though I don't go to the gym, really. Even though it's not drop shut, I have to loosen it a bit. See if I can get back there. Oh yeah, I gotta cut something. Got envelope. Oh yeah. Delica K390. Seems like it's hanging a bit. Maybe not. PM2. Shaman, ready to slice. Look at that. Look how thick this blade is. Look at those nice slices. Yeah, dude, shaman all the way. One knife would be the shaman. But happy to have these others. I mean, it's a luxury, you know, to be able to drop all this coin on knives. I actually got this before the price hikes, so it was like $150. This Delica is probably like, I don't know, 110 or 120. I've seen these Crew Carta PM2s as low as 150. Like right after I got this one, I thought I got a deal on it for like 190 plus tax, or something roughly. They like dropped them places to like 150. So if you see these for 150, that's probably the price. This Shaman I got used from like B&H Photo of all places, and it was you know, supposedly in mint condition used, and yeah, it came like new. I think it's only like $120 or $130, which is amazing because like new, I think they're like close to 300 now. And although I've seen a couple sales this year where they're probably down to like as low as 180 or something, maybe even a little less. So if you get a Shaman new for less than 200, definitely pick that up. PM2, this one 150 is fair. Yeah, this knife I think is like 157 roughly. Very light, very interesting. I mean, yeah, you gotta respect this one. Sharp, very sharp, and oh yeah, very sharp, very light, very MAGNACUT, very ergonomic. You know, be nice in the pocket. Forget it's there. It's kind of fun. It's actually kind of big. Like as I was just putting it in my pocket, like the way this hump comes out, like it's much larger than, is it? Then, yeah, because like, yeah, like at least a few millimeters. So yeah, this part comes out more, so be mindful of that when it's going in your pocket. This one, just about the same as the PM2. Shaman, just about, I don't know, maybe that's being so light you don't expect it to be that wide, but at its max width, that is pretty wide. Like looking at that, but it's so light. Yeah, and the action's so much better than the delica. Yeah, like some knives, you can actually touch the blade, which is ridiculous. They even sell them like that, but not this one. Not this one. Yeah, Spyderco, man, favorite brand. Like I've tried other brands, but the hole is so good in terms of safety, ease of deployment. Like I don't like the way, you know, the studs. It's like these, and the clip is loose. Yeah, it's Delica's. Gets a lot of action for sure, but gotta take care of them more. But yeah, Spyderco, it's just so safe, so easy to deploy, so like robust compared to like a lot of jank. Like Benchmade, man, it's expensive. And the whole Omega spring thing. My main complaint of this is not drop shut. Like, wow. I don't know. I'm really tempted to loosen this just to, because I expected it to be like a little PM2, you know, where it's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's, if you like flicking, well, okay. We'll see how it, I'll get back to you if it ever drops shut, but pretty solid. Yeah, no complaints. Love me my knives. It's I had the Delica for years, decades, and in VG10 finally lost it. Was out to replace it, and that sent me on this knife journey. It's like picking up knives, man. Love me my knives, dog. That's sharp. Oh yeah. Yeah, really gotta sharpen these too. I mean, they're all cut in paper pretty well, but it wouldn't hurt to sharpen them up. Got my FRN Spideys for the lighter days, and Shaman for when I need to like make it happen. But yeah, I'm just sort of, now the PM2 is kind of like out of place now. I found myself, it's like there's nothing this PM2 can do that the Shaman can't. Like, and something about it, just Shaman feels a little better in the hand. And I like these scales, these micarta scales or whatever. Pretty nice. And yeah, compression lock is a bit easier on the PM2, although I should lube this one. And yeah, it's true about this nub thing that, you know, if you're really trying to close, it will touch your finger a bit. So I don't know. Hasn't like been something I really noticed just because I'm not like fidgeting with it as much. Probably should lube it. But yeah, basically anytime I want a large knife, I'm going to be using the the Shaman over the PM2. Just because this blade too is like a little, it's just so thin at the tip. I mean, it's okay on the 3 just because it's, you know, smaller blade and you can manipulate it more. It's fine for like, for razor activities. So it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's great on the PM2. It's just, yeah, I don't think I'd sell the PM3 just because it was like the first knife I got after the delica. Man, this thing is slow to open compared to all these other ones. Seki City. So yeah, clean and lube this one. Hope for the best. I think, yeah, this pair of 3 is going to be my new around the house gym shorts champion. Yeah, I think it's going to displace the delica, sadly. I love the delica for sure. Great knife. Highly recommend. This is what I give to people. Gave my dad one of these in the Warncliffe they had. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty nice blade, the Warncliffe on these. K390 as well. And get my girlfriend VG10 brown. She wanted brown. You know, she didn't care about the steel or anything. Just wanted a brown knife. I don't even know if she wanted a knife, but it's bothering me for mine, so not even. So yeah, I mean, the action. I mean, this, if you're gonna, okay, so they're flicking my PM too. That's what it's for. And Shaman, this is when I'm bushwhacking, bushcrafting. You know, a lot of minutes here. A lot of minutes talking about this. Anywho, yeah, digging the PM3. Happy to have it. Seems pretty great. I think it'll serve me well. And the fact that it does so well in water, even salt water. MAGNACUT. Yeah, I haven't had a MAGNACUT knife really. But yeah, I've sent back other knives. Just not spydercos, just because they had the thumb studs and the axis locks and all that, and just couldn't do it after coming from Spyderco. This hole is so nice. It's just such a different sensation of like having some stud dig into your tip of your finger rather than basically your finger going in, you know, into the blade, being surrounded by blade. It's very different. And then the axis locks, they'll fall open, you know. If you're not careful, the thing will just fall right open. And then other stuff as simple as they'll have clips that what's so great about Spyderco, they know the details, so they make it smooth right on the clip, you know. It's all smooth over here. It's not cutting up your pants, because I've had knives where it'll cut up your pants because the clip's pressing on some textured scale, and it's like, come on, like, are you trying to destroy people's outfits just so they can have some like mediocre knife? I don't know, but yeah, these are great. I think I'd recommend all these knives for the most part. I think, like, yeah, again, this will be my new about the house indoor. This will be like the outdoor champion. Still, yeah, I don't know what to do with this PM2. Might be willing to give it away or something. It'd be pretty hard to give away. Like, it'd be hard for me to imagine the collection. Only these 3. Down to these 2 knives. Wow. If that's how my life ended up, and I only had this Shaman left, that'd be okay. But if basically any of these knives, it's like if all I had left was this one knife, it wouldn't be terrible, you know. Even the Delica K390, I mean, they could all pretty much do the same tasks. So, all right. Hope this was helpful. Still not one-handed closing though. Look at that. It's not. Oh, barely. Okay. Jesus. All right. I mean, it rolls out just fine. But it's not like falling shut. So I think what I'll do is maybe just barely loosen it. Just like, so what I do with the delica is I would, I had this, you can see, it looks loose. I would, you know, have the torques in it holding this down until, and I would loosen it just until it would drop. So I could probably do that again. And this one where it's just loosen until it drops, and then that'll be where it's at. I think it'll be fine. Maybe even just with opening. Man, great knives, Spyderco. Keep at it. Yeah. All right. Thanks for your attention.